evening. Welcome to this webinar by Edgevacity Learning Systems. Before we start this webinar, I think it is important for me to set the context of this. I am Shekharan. I am the CEO of Edgevacity Learning Systems. Edgevacity was formed with a single point agenda of helping youngsters in improving their employability. As we all know, many of our youngsters find it extremely difficult, if not impossible, to find a profession of their choice, though they have done very well academically during their graduation or post-graduation. Isn't it very painful to see something like this? It is. That is why at Edgevacity, we took the initiative of working with youngsters and solving this particular problem. When we go a little deeper, we find there are two major contributors to this particular problem. One is our current education system. While it focuses a lot on theoretical aspects which are very important, it does not focus on the application aspects and the industry relevant topics, which is what the industry needs. And the second is something that you all need to work on, is about honing your soft skills. Soft skills include your communication ability, your presentation ability, or your other behavioral aspects. If you do not work on this, you will not be able to impress an interviewer in the interview process. At Edgevacity, we would like to work with you and address all of these and help you transition smoothly from college to corporate or university to industry. We would like to start this journey with this webinar led by Dr. Subhash Chandra. Dr. Subhash Chandra is a truly multifaceted personality. With over 35 years of experience in HR development, organization development and talent development, he has a wealth of knowledge and experience that he can share with you all. Working with local and multinational companies, he is one of the most sought after trainers and motivator and a change manager. Living in Kuwait, he currently works with many multinational companies and entrepreneurs in helping their growth journey as a consultant and an advisor. I am sure this 30-35 minutes that you're going to spend with Dr. Subhash Chandra is going to be a huge benefit to you all. So thank you for joining us today. Dr. Subhash, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Good evening. This is Dr. Subhash Chandra welcoming you to this webinar which Edgevacity have arranged for you. I am glad that I am part of these young friends today, and I am sure all of you will enjoy the whole evening. We have only 40 minutes time. Let's go ahead with the PowerPoint presentation right now. So the title is, "What brought you this far will not take you further." Very interesting title. Whatever brought you this far will not be enough for you to travel in your career. So that is the topic. We will go ahead with the topic now. First thing first, I thank each one of you for joining my webinar. Second, I thank Mr. Shekharan, the CEO of Edgevacity, for inviting me here to meet my young friends who are going to be the pillars of a great nation in the near future. The intention of this webinar is to make all of you understand how you reached here and what you need to move further in your career. This session will be for 30 minutes time. After 30 minutes time, you can have your questions and I will answer to that. As I said, you can keep the question after the 28th minute and I will answer to that. This is me, Dr. Subhash Chandra. Yeah, I have traveled across the globe and conducted various levels of training. And these are some of the photographs taken in various sessions. I have worked with the various nationalities and recruited thousands of employees. So I think I am the right person to give you this session of training. So these are some of the pictures like I mentioned to you. You will be knowing some personalities there. Yeah, I have done in business schools, corporate schools, colleges, universities, invited in Heriot-Watt University, UK, IGNOU in Kuwait, and so on. So let us go further. Whatever is my training, it is always the participants who make the difference. So my dear young friends, you are the people who are going to make the difference. Okay? So let us go into the subject now. What brought you this far? Have you ever thought about? It's your studies. It's your perseverance. Perhaps hard work for some of you. But is that enough to go further? So what is that you need additionally to succeed in life? And that is the topic we have today, and that is what Edgevacity has selected. The important thing is called soft skills. Did you ever know soft skills are so important? Why do you need soft skills? You certainly need that to succeed in life. So what is a skill? It's an ability, it's part of a growth, it's an experience, it's a training, it's learning, it's competence, knowledge, advanced training, various puts something called skill. Various things which are put inside and something is called as skill. Now let me tell you about the hard skills and soft skills, because all of you will be wondering, I have already passed my graduation, or I am finishing my graduation, I am a student, I am going to finish next year, and so on, because many of you young students will be there as well. So what are hard skills? Very simply, hard skills are rule-based. It's technological, it's scientific, it's industrial, mechanical, specialized, which is tools and techniques based, it's procedural, and you can predict what is going to happen next. It's tangibles, which you can see when the work is being done, you can see that. It's explicit. Whereas let us go to see what soft skills are. Soft skills are experience based. It's people related. How you move with people, how you get your things done, how others get things done through you. It's attitudinal. It's behavioral. It's non-domain specific, meaning whether it's for engineer or for doctors, these soft skills are important in every domain, not necessarily for one domain. Okay? Everywhere it's useful. It's general, it's situational, it's non-technical. You all know that, it's definitely non-technical. It's intangible, which you cannot see. The way somebody moves, you cannot see, you cannot measure that. It is implicit and tactful. How you move the people. I move differently and you may move differently. So that matters. All these come under soft skills. Now, why soft skills are that very important? It allows you to effectively work with others. When you go to a corporate, when you work, you need people to work with you. People need you to work with them. So, in order to be very effective at the workplace, you certainly need soft skills. The capacity and ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Soft skills helps you. They encompass emotionally based non-curricular skills that are generally not measurable, but very essential. What happens in academic learning? When we go to college, we go do various type of scientific experiments. We calculate formulas, we write essays, etc. But now colleges and universities have realized and they have started bringing soft skills training into the curriculum. I have myself gone to various universities and colleges, like I told you, to business schools to conduct such sessions. Whoever you are, whether you're a student, you're a sports person, whatever is your position, your organization or industry, you need to work with people, and soft skills is a must. So taking the time to build soft skills can contribute to a more efficient and more productive at any place. May it be examination hall, study session, interviewing, playgrounds, tuition classes, shopping, workplace, or meetings. You will excel because you have something called soft skills which other people will certainly lack. Now, how soft skills play a very important role? It allows us to effectively relate us to others. It enhances our personal interactions with others. It will lead then to teamwork. The support of team will end up in superb performance because the team is happy. The reason is they are satisfied. Because of your interactions, people are satisfied. Same way in your case, when your boss or supervisor talks to you, you are convinced, you are happy, you will be very productive. Isn't it? This is what happens everywhere. Now, the beauty of soft skills is it can be learned. But I will tell you the difference between learned versus inborn traits. In soft skills, it can be learned. It can be practiced. You have to just seek opportunities. You have to go to classes to learn from the right trainer. Inborn traits are with you. You just have to polish. But soft skills, you have to develop. You got the difference between learned and inborn traits. So what are the list of soft skills? I've just tried to show a glimpse of soft skills so you get to know that there are so many soft skills. Yes. It's communication, adaptability, leadership, confidence, assertiveness, time management, collaboration, working with people, conflict resolution, information management, how you deal with the data, interpersonal, and so many skills which you can see on your screen now. I will try to pinpoint a few of this training, not on priority basis, but just to highlight so you know the importance of soft skills. Let us talk about communication first. Communication is the most important soft skill. You know the reason? Can you guess what is the reason? There you are. Because unlike other skills, every other soft skill is based on something called communication. So that is the simple reason. 2, communication is more than just sending a message. What does this mean? You have somebody called a communicator who is trying to tell something to the communicating. So the message flows. When the whole thing gets materialized, which means the communicator told something, the communicator understood the same way, and the work is executed or action has been taken, then you say the communication had been effective. The biggest problem in communication is hearing and listening. Most of us only hear. We don't listen. We don't bother. I will talk about listening also in the next slide. So in communication, effectively communicate is what we are talking about. How to communicate effectively, which means how do you speak clearly and politely to your peers, your supervisors and managers. I'm referring to the corporate world, okay? At home also, you're supposed to speak very politely. And always strive to meet higher standards. This is what, my dear friends, I want to tell you. Always strive very hard to reach the highest of standards in whatever you do. In all my sessions, maybe I would have trained more than 100,000 people, I keep telling the same thing. You are driven, you are born, you have an opportunity to do it now. Learn, acquire the skills. Edgevarsity has just tried to give this webinar so that you will know the importance of soft skills. You get the point? So I want each one of you to appreciate each one of the soft skills which I'll be telling you and what I showed you earlier, and you decide what you want to do. You should be at least good in 10 soft skills, essential 10 soft skills. Okay, you can name it anything, whatever industry you're going to, but you need that 10 skills. Next, what are the ways of communication? Verbal communication, we know how we speak. 2 is the body language, how you act, what is your gestures, how you do it. Next, the third one is written communication. 4th is artistic communication, which is you draw a picture and people see the picture and understand the meaning out of it, right? And the 5th one is musical communication. Best example, musical communication is mother to a child. The mother sings some tune and the baby goes to sleep. So what does this communication mean? Somebody telling something and the person who initiates it is called communicator, to the communicating. Okay? So I was talking about listening. What is listening? Receiving verbal and non-verbal signals. You need something called active listening. To do active listening, first you have to focus on the speaker. See what he or she says, assimilate the information and act accordingly. When you listen, you will not tend to forget. Especially you have this writing habit in time management. I'll be telling you, to-do list if you have the habit of writing something, you don't tend to forget. That's why olden days, always they said, keep writing, keep practicing. Okay, I'm sure all of you are doing that as well. Going to the next is something called assertiveness. Very simple assertiveness, it is standing for your rights. Whether the problems you encounter are big or small, we solve problems every day. Each one of us, isn't it? We solve problems every day. It is standing up to your rights. Standing up to your rights is not making strike. It is not arguing. It is putting forward your things correctly. Learning how to be assertive and confident helps not only to face any given situation, but prepares you to sit examination. I want to point out something here. In my office, in sessions I have many boys and girls, young students coming to me for classes where I do classes on how to sit for examination, how to face the examination without fear. And believe it or not, I'm telling you seriously, many of them have told, sir, you should come and teach this in the school, so all my friends and all my teachers also will get to know this, how to be assertive, how to guide the children to prepare for examination. Honestly, this has happened in many, not once, many occasions. I had a seminar, open seminar, where one of the parents asked me, sir, you should come and tell the school to start soft skill sessions, because they knew the importance. I am telling you, by the end of this session, all of you, my dear friends, you will know the importance of soft skills. Because when you are assertive, you know what to ask, how to ask. I'm again telling you, it is not argument. It develops a confidence in you. The courage to say no in certain cases. Politely say no. That is what assertiveness is all about. Now comes self-confidence. The topic generally I used to conduct is assertiveness and self-confidence. What is self-confidence? The greatest thing you can do for your own success is to build and learn and show self-confidence. I'm using the word self-confidence, not overconfidence. Self-confidence, which gives you the courage to face any situation. Self-confidence is not egotistic or acting like you are better than others. That is not self-confidence. That is overconfidence. It is a confidence which carries you. You understood? Fine. Self-confidence is simply the belief that you know what to do and how to do it. Very important is not knowing to do, but how you do it also. What are the traits of a confident person? They are not afraid to be wrong, because you have to do something to make a mistake. But when they make a mistake, they accept it and they listen more than what they speak. What we do when somebody says something, we immediately start speaking. No, you have to listen. You have to heed your ears to that. You start listening. That is why I said listening itself is an art. Acknowledge your mistake if you make politely. The way you speak, the softness, the pitch you speak, right, matters very much. Openness and honesty, very important in communication, and that is a very important skill. Many of you would have faced with your friends and so on. Building relationships takes a lot of time. You have to be transparent in such relationships, isn't it? We would have fought with our friends. We know the problem, what we are talking about. People can sense dishonesty. Most people sense dishonesty when you are not transparent. So openness and honesty helps you a lot to interact with people and for them to accept you. What you do for self-confidence is you can do a questionnaire for yourself. I'm just giving a few questions. You should understand, my dear friends, all these sessions, all these topics, whether it's assertiveness and self-confidence, all these sessions are long. My sessions are generally 4, 5 or 6 hours workshops. If it's a time management workshop, what happens is people go through an exercise pattern. When they do exercise, even it's online also, when they do exercise, we correct them. We tell them how they can improve. We hone their skills. They start learning how they can tweak here and there and make their time more valuable. I'm just giving an example of time management. Same in the case of business communication. Same in the case of public speaking, presentation, conflict resolution, stress management. All these have a long period of time, which means runs for 5 hours or 6 hours. Because unless and until you do exercise, you practice, you cannot. You cannot just read like this or just see a YouTube and learn. You have to go through a session, ask questions, clarify the questions, practice them, and then you will succeed. So make a questionnaire. Ask the first question, how confident are you? And everything should be honest. Because you make a mistake, if you're dishonest in filling this, then the purpose is defeated. We are talking about your life. The life, what you have got in your hand. An opportunity. And none of us will miss the opportunity. My only request to each one of you, my dear friends, is to lead an extraordinary life. I tell in all my trainings, the only thing I want is extraordinary life. And I'm sure all of you are poised to reach that level. Next point is, am I honest with others? When I talk, am I honest? You can be tactical, but am I honest? 3, am I honest with myself? Very important. You have to be honest with yourself, isn't it? So that point also, you have to mention the questionnaire. Then there is a procedure how to evaluate and so on. I'm going to the time management, which is very important. And I conduct time management as the first session in any corporates, any schools or universities, because I felt that is the most important in the need of the hour. Okay? The ability to effectively manage your time is key to productivity. All of us will agree that. You may not be able to create more time in your day because you don't save time. You cannot save time. That's why it said managing time or optimization of time. You can reduce the work time of certain tasks you are doing. Thereby, you can do something else during that time. Do you understand? You can do something more. Applying time management skills can certainly help you to make most of your time. Because all of us have 24. So how smart you use, how smart he or she uses, how smart I use, it's the difference we have. There is something called scheduling in time management. There is something called piecemeal approach where you take a small portion, do it, and then go to the next one. Thereby you will handle each task one at a time and you will create priorities. Which one to do first, which one to do second. And there is something called activity log. How do you log in the time? How do you maintain that? And you have something called a to-do list. I think it's coming in the next slide. I will explain to you. But the don'ts in time management are procrastination. Why is that all of you are laughing now? I can see the smile in your face. Why is that? Because all of us procrastinate. What is procrastination? Pardon? There you are. Procrastination is delaying tactics. Delaying tactics. Best example, delaying something, preparing for exam. You will say we will prepare when the exam comes. We don't. We give excuses and the day before the examination, we start preparing. Right? So that is called procrastination, delay. Don't delay. First point in time management, which is don'ts in time management. Point 1 is procrastination. Most important because all of us do procrastinate, right? 2, not understanding. Somebody is telling you something you did not understand. You heard, you listened, but you did not understand. You come back to your seat and start wondering, what did he say or what did she say? What am I supposed to do now? You're wasting time now. Thereby, you make a mistake, you keep redoing the task. Instead, get it clarified and come back to your seat and start doing the work. You can become more efficient. And now you can add your time stealers. Yeah, I can hear people telling WhatsApp. Yes, mobile phone takes away a lot of time. Don't spend time on WhatsApp. Limit yourself on television and WhatsApp or YouTube. Limit your time. Okay? You should be more efficient. You should manage your time very efficiently. Fine. Now, there's something called ability to learn from criticism. You will ask a question, is it possible to learn from criticism? Certainly yes. Ability to learn from this criticism is key to our personal development. Learning to accept and learning from criticism is a valuable investment for yourself. Somebody tells something to you, he criticizes you. You have to take it positive. What happens then? You start working on that to improve yourself. I'll go ahead further, I'll explain this. The ability to listen to and accept criticism is a key component of self-confidence. What happens when somebody criticizes you? You feel very bad, right? Most of us feel insulted. You don't have to. At this young age, if you feel insulted, how will you grow? You have a long way to go. So how will you grow? As everybody says, it's a choice you make in life. Everything is in front of you. You think everything is bad, everything is bad. And that is called positive thinking. You should believe everything is good for you today, tomorrow, and every day. Every one of us have problems. How you solve, how you go ahead is the difference you make from the other person. And it's a competition, my dear friends. All of us to compete to do best in your life. Isn't it? There you are. For criticism, learn to listen with an open mind. Listen to others and learn from criticism. Reflect back what you understand from the person to have said. If somebody told you something, have the courage to go back and ask him, sorry sir, I did not understand. Would you mind explaining to you? It can be your boss, it can be anybody. You can still go and ask. If you be afraid of not clarifying that, you are wasting your time and you are not going to improve. Check for the understanding, whether you have understood it correctly. And last point is never feel insulted. When you feel insulted because your ego says, no, how can he say like that? This is the time for you to improve. So that doesn't matter for us at all. Right? Accept everything. Accept. There is two criticism. One is positive and negative. Positive is somebody telling you so that they want you to improve. What I am telling you is, even you feel somebody is wantedly giving negative criticism, you don't have to bother. But if you can improve something what the person said, do that. It's your life. Right? Make it big. Very good. Now, what you need here to be there. The modern world is interpersonal. I cannot do anything alone. I have to meet people. I have to talk to people. I have to persuade. I have to convince. If I have a team, I have to collaborate. There are so many things. The better you are in soft skills, the list of soft skills, conflict, presentation, public speaking, various things are there. Public speaking is not necessarily to speak in the public. It is to talk in the meetings. How firm, how concise you are able to speak. These are all art. That is why I said you can learn this. When you practice, you will learn this and put them into place when you grow up in your ladder. In an interview, there is a program called Call to Corp, which I've made a capsule, which is a 7-hour session, which helps students to face interviews without fear, with confidence, how to make CVs, what to talk and what not to, how to dress and how neat you have to talk, preparing for interview so that you will succeed in the interview for sure. So soft skills will be more important and essential in the future because more jobs will be taken by AI, artificial intelligence, as you know. But the key differentiators will be those with exceptional soft skills. Now we got the point? People with exceptional soft skills will get this opportunity of being the differentiators there. So those with high skills, high soft skills will definitely get an opportunity because they want people like that who can collaborate, who can handle more things, who are active, so active, positive thinking, critical thinking, positively working, adaptability, and so on. Generally, people don't change when you tell them there is a better option. They change only when they realize that there is no other option. But I don't want my young friends to go that way. That is the wrong way. Now I am telling you, this is the best option. Go for that. You will be proud after a few years that you attended this session and your life is very successful. Okay? How to develop yourself is, there is various trainings I told you: time management, communication skills, conflict management, interpersonal skills, stress management, assertiveness and self-confidence, presentation skills, public speaking, and so on. Now some people ask this question to me saying that, sir, this is shutdown period, all are very upset. This is the right time to ponder into yourself. You will find out that you have plenty of time with you now. I started my online sessions about 8 months back. From last July, August, I have conducted session online even to Africa. But now the pandemic has come and everybody is talking about online. I keep telling them, utilize this so that you become a better person now. Because the COVID will go, humanity will win. Always humanity will win. We may suffer for some time, but we will overcome all difficulties. But when we come out, we will become very big. Opportunities will be much more. At that time, you should have all these skills handy with you. See, knowing that you will not get this time, you should start to develop. I'm talking about a positive thinking. Everywhere be positive. Do not have negative feeling at all. Even you are unable to accomplish, fight for it, work towards that. When you develop yourself, you feel confident and you will certainly move to the next level. It's a competition. You have to be when you are running a 100 meters race, it is not that all of us will run together. Only one will become the first one, and second and third. We don't run race together, right? Only one will lead the show. Likewise, competition, you have to win. And you have to hone all these skills. You will certainly grow when everything opens up. That is what I'm telling you. When the COVID goes and the pandemic is over, everything will be better and you have an opportunity at that point of time. So until then you can learn. After that you keep learning. This learning is a process. When you go to work again you will learn. You keep honing your skills. The better you have these skills, the better you will succeed in your life as well. These are sample of some of my e-learning courses. Just for example, I wanted to show to you. But no sessions will be as interesting as you go for a workshop where we interact. Because only then your mistakes will be pinpointed. So this is the question answer session. I will look for your questions and I will answer now. I have to receive the questions in my mobile phone. So I will come back. Okay? I will take a 20 seconds break and I will come back. Okay? See you there. Yeah, I see the first question. How do the employers identify soft skills? Very easy. For example, when I conduct interviews, I see the way the candidate responds to my question. Okay, not the hard skills about his qualification, how he talks, how he presents himself. When we talk about the various extracurricular activities, how he says, this is how it's measured. And when we have group discussion, we see how he interprets with other people. Okay, so this is how employers identify. There is various basket exercise we can also do. How to be assertive at workplace without being impolite. Assertiveness is to be polite only. Okay, first of all, you should be positive in your approach. You should know where to speak, when to speak. It is only standing to your rights. So you don't have to be impolite at all. You have to be polite always and use positive language there. Sometimes in certain cases, you will not be able to speak against your supervisor or manager. You have to keep quiet and you have to approach them at the right time. 3. Is there a strategy we should have in place of time management? Yes, definitely. There is a routine, regime which you should follow. As I told you in detailed time management exercise, we have something called a to-do list. In to-do list, what you will do is you will list all the tasks for the next day and you will give a time for each of the tasks. By the close of the day, you will see how much time you have taken for each of the tasks. When you estimated 5 minutes, for example, for a task, and you have completed in 10 minutes time, which means there is a problem. how you measured it as 5 minutes earlier. So you will reduce the time. In about 3 months' time, you will ascertain correctly how much time you will take for each of the tasks. So strictly there is a strategy you have to follow for 100 days. Okay. One of my managers doesn't stop talking. I have to pretend like I am listening. And how can I escape from this? First point is, when you become manager, you should not talk like that. That's how you learn from things. Some people have the habit of talking. You cannot argue with your managers and supervisors. This is where assertiveness comes. You have to listen to it sometimes, but sometimes you can slowly avoid it. But that is what happens at home and at office sometimes, isn't it? All of you know that. So this is how you don't have to escape. If you have to escape, you have to leave the organization and go. We don't have to leave organization just because of this, because everywhere it's the same. I have social anxiety. How can I grow out of it? Very simple. Go for public speaking classes. Attend one of my public speaking classes where they will ask you to speak in front of 10 or 15 people. Once you have the courage to stand and speak, it is not the content I'm talking about. The courage to speak, the interaction you do in group discussions and so on, you will become a better person. Okay. Facebook, WhatsApp, all you're hiding from people. You're talking to an invisible friend, invisible contact, invisible customer and so on. It is easy, but facing the person and talking will help you a lot. How to improve self-confidence? I can only suggest you to attend my session. A positive thought during this lockdown is necessary for any individual. Exactly. See what happens last week when I had a session in Kuwait. There was a person from Canada attending the session. He was asking me, sir, we feel very low during this time. Every one of us are feeling low because the world will change now. The way, the approach we have will considerably change. You have to cope up with whatever is there. That's why I said you have to have a positive attitude. Always believe that things around us will only happen for the good. So there is no opportunity of you thinking negatively. This positive thought will drive you. Okay? You have to go for memory classes. Don't take this capsule salt. You do some meditation, deep breathing exercise. Don't do deep breathing by yourself. Follow a teacher. Follow a coach. Do deep breathing exercise and meditation. It will make a big difference in memory. And whatever you like, you will remember for sure. Okay? How to stay positive in negative situation and handle pressure? That's why I said it's a mindset. Believe everything around you is good. Believe everything around us is always will be good only. Nothing can beat us. Nothing can beat humanity. We may fail, but we will not run away. This is the confidence each one of you as an individual should have. Okay? Any other questions we have before I move on? Since that's over, I'll go along with my presentation now. Although this webinar is coming to a close, all of you being a Saturday, we arrange this being a Saturday because all of you will be literally relaxed, and before you go to bed, you will see this webinar, you will learn something. That was the whole idea of Edgevacity arranging this, and I'm glad all of you have come and enjoyed this session. You will not only feel happy, you have so much of energy and you are able to do anything very well because of the newly acquired positivity. Very important in life, being positive. Maybe because of this session or all of you are like that. With the right attitude, I am confident that all of you will progress in the days, weeks, months and years to come. I wish you the very best, and before I close, I want to talk about 4 beautiful thoughts of life. It says, look back and get experience. What we are referring now today is look forward and see hope. Learn soft skills. As I told you, there are plenty of soft skills. Each one will contribute to your success. Look around and find reality, and look within you and find confidence, because all of us are packed with energy. We can do, believe it or not, we can do much more, my dear friends. But we don't do because of 2 things called laziness and ego. So see you soon in another session. Stay home, break the chain, be safe. Everything will change, as I told you. This is me. You have my YouTube channel, my contact, my website, and so on. You can reach me. You can reach Edgevacity. We have a wonderful group of people. Apart from Mr. Shekharan, the CEO, we have a group of people who have made all these possible. So you can take note of my contacts here. And as I told you, you can get in touch with Edgevacity anytime. As I told you, life is a choice. The opportunity of life is a one-way ticket, and all of us have got this opportunity. Make it big. Do not succumb to small issues. Everything we can overcome. As I told, every soft skill I have spoken to you, you can overcome. You can learn. You can practice. You can become a champion. With this, I say salute to all the people attended. Thank you being here. Namaskaram, Nandri, Namaskara, Nanni, Vanakkam.